Hi, my name is Jake Hansen, and today I'm going to be talking about one of the most important topics that has to do with our Earth. And by that, I mean the topic of geology. Now, being a civil engineering student, geology plays a huge role not only in my field of study, but to everyone in everyday life. I'm going to first start out by doing my best to define geology and talk about what geology actually is. Then, I'll be talking about some important historical events that have taken place to form our Earth into what it is today. And lastly, I'll be discussing how geology impacts our society every single day. So, without further ado, let's start by defining geology. Geology, in very simple elementary terms, is basically the study of Earth. To get a little more detailed, it is a science or study that mainly deals with the Earth's physical structure and substance, history, and the processes that act on it. Now, geologists, they mainly study the materials with which the Earth is made, the processes that act on these materials, and the history of the planet. The Earth has been around for over 4.6 billion years and counting, but how did it really form? So there are a number of different theories to this question, and the answer is still not yet confirmed. One theory suggests Earth formed from an interstellar cloud, while another suggests that the Earth was heated and melted by a decay of radioactive elements, gravitational attraction that compacted the Earth, and the impact of large asteroids. Both have been deemed possible, but let's talk about some historic events that have happened throughout Earth to hopefully understand why these theories and ideas came about. First off, like I said, the Earth was roughly formed around 4.6 billion years ago. The first signs the first signs of life included single-cell microorganisms and were thought to appear around roughly 3.5 billion years ago. About 3 billion years ago, the process called plate tectonics is thought to have begun. These plate tectonics are significant discoveries in geological history and have led us to tons of past, present, and future discoveries. Now, around 540 million years ago, we begin to see animals start to evolve on our Earth. 300 million years ago, the supercontinent known as Pangaea existed, and this supercontinent would later separate into what we now have as our seven continents today. About 65 million years ago, the dinosaurs became extinct, and our species of humans are said to have first begun to evolve nearly 200,000 years ago. So, with those major historical events being given, um, how does this relate to geology, and how does it really affect us in our everyday lives? Well, the history of the Earth has been able to tell us so much. It's easy to see virtually everything we see, everything we touch, consume, interact with is related to geology and the Earth. Think about it like this. In some way, everything that is on this Earth had to have come from the Earth. Whether it's oil, natural gases, mining for metals, for infrastructure and construction, or impacting our global food and water supply, everything comes from geology. The history of our Earth has taught us how to improve our way of living as a society exponentially. Environmental geologists study soil, air, water, and pollution all over the Earth and its environment, and the effects that it has on the environment. And we are constantly improving our studies in technology and information today. Engineers study the Earth relating to construction or structural projects, and economic geologists help exploit Earth's resources such as oil, natural gases, and things that play a role in our lives every single day. So, after talking about what geology is and how the Earth is formed, some major historical events, and how geology plays an impact on our society, I really hope you guys have a better understanding of what geology is and the importance that it really plays on everyday lives. Thank you.